Welcome to Nick's Right Podcast. Thank you guys for joining. This is a Nick's Right Podcast where Nick is always right, old millennial Gen X. And we are going to do some more reaction videos today. Let's go ahead and get our sponsors out of the way. Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile. I'm going to make an ad where it's me saying Patriot Mobile several different times like we've said it on the show.
Are you going to use your radio voice for
Patriot
that too?
Mobile, Patriot Mobile, Patriot Mobile. Yeah. You want to say it a couple times that way?
Patriot Mobile?
No, say it. Say it.
Patriot Mobile.
No, say it like with gusto radio.
Patriot Mobile is coming to you live from the studio here at MZ Studios in downtown Dallas. And we are talking about Patriot Mobile today.
There you go. Patriot Mobile. If you go to patriotmobile.com/NRP for Nick's Right Podcast, because Nick is always right and we are on the right. So get your free month. And then also Live Audio. LIVV Audio.
LIVV.
Talking about the headphones we're wearing here, made by Mark Clayton. LIVVaudio.com. Put in the code NRP. Get a 15,
of the NFL.
Shut up. I'm trying to do my spill. 15% discount. Every time I'm trying to give information, you're trying to interrupt.
I do not know what you're talking about, sir.
Knock it off.
I'm enjoying this a little too much today.
So we are going to get straight into it because I want to have plenty of time for us to respond to these. Hey, we're here to have fun. And you don't know any of these, so I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of reaction from you.
Yeah, I wonder how many of these I've already seen and how many of them could be news to me. Because I'm pretty sure that...
I don't think our FYP pages are the same, to be honest with you.
No, I know. Yeah. If it's current affairs or current events, I've probably seen some of them.
Yeah, current stuff that you're going to be like, and this first one is his latest address to the press. So yes, you're going to.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen the latest address. I know about the Don Lemon thing, that arrogant socialist.
Don Lemon. Okay, yeah. We're going to start with that. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead.
So this is what the people are trying to protect. Because all ICE wants to do is get them out of our country, bring them to prisons and jails and mental institutions from where they came. That's all they want to do. They're patriots, and they have to be abused by guys like Don Lemon, who's a loser, lightweight. I saw him the way he walked in that
I love Trump, dude. He's great.
Such respect for that pastor. He was so calm. He was so nice. He was just accosted. What they did in that church was horrible yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, do you know what this is pertaining to? This is whenever the protesters went into the church in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Don Lemon was with them. Don Lemon went up to the pastor of the church and started to accost him left and right. And now he's claiming he had nothing to do with them because if he had planned it with them, he would be susceptible to charges. Yeah. Well, everything he's saying is contradicting the ability. Like, if I said that correct, everything he claims he said actually contradicts what actually happened. Yeah. So he actually could have charges brought up on him. Not to mention, I think all of those protesters should go to jail.
Yeah, I hope he does too, man. I hope he does and goes to jail for a long time because this is what the left does.
Address me, Nick. Why are you pointing that way?
I'm looking over there.
Well, I know, but we in between videos we can.
Would you like me to do a somersault for you, Nick? You want me to get on the table and do the worm? I can do the worm in the backspin. Okay, Nick, let me square him here.
So, this is not your first rodeo, dude. We did this last time.
All right. It's kind of my second rodeo. All right, so, this is what I like about this video is how it exposes what I've always said is the arrogance of the left. They're just so arrogant and smug. Yeah. The way they walk in there and they think they're right and they're wrong. That's what I don't.
Well, this is what you got to realize about Don Lemon. Like, he's one of the most extreme on the left, and even CNN let him go.
Yeah,
like that's how extreme.
Well, CNN's running for its life right now. I mean, they've had their tail tucked between their knees for a couple months.
I think the only thing that's keeping them up and running is Scott Jennings.
Scott Jennings, yeah,
like.
The more centric or the more right they swing, when they'll never swing right or even fully centric, but the more they kind of inch over toward that, the more the ratings go up. And you know why? Do you know what today is, Nick?
No.
It's a national holiday, bro.
Not today. That was yesterday.
No. Today.
You talking about MLK Day?
No. I'm talking about Donald Trump taking the White House Day, baby. That was 1 year ago today.
Not today. Oh,
January 20th. Look out now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We've 1 full year into the Trump administration's second term, and it's been amazing. 1 whole year.
Marry Donald Trump taking the White House Day, Nick.
Marry Donald Trump taking the White House Day.
Darn Skippy. I had my cupcake with 1 candle in it.
Well, just to kind of put things in perspective when it comes to this whole Don Lemon thing, he accosted a pastor, and this is a gay liberal charged with the KKK Act on MLK Day.
Oh, my gosh. Is that really? Wait.
That's serious.
Charged with the KKK Act.
So they're looking at charging him with the KKK Act. A black liberal gay man on MLK Day.
What is the KKK Act? You're not allowed to interfere with churches, or what is that?
Okay. What is the KKK Act? Because I don't know the details on it, but let's get the details straight before we go to the next video. The KKK Act usually refers to the Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871, officially called the Civil Rights Act of 1871. Here's a plain English version. What it is: a federal law passed after the Civil War during Reconstruction designed to stop the Ku Klux Klan and similar groups from terrorizing black Americans and Republican officials in the South.
That is fabulous. Talk about poetic justice, man.
So it says why it was created. The KKK was using violence, intimidation, and murder to block black Americans from voting,
and
elected
conservative
officials from doing their jobs, and enforcement of the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments.
Wow.
So everything.
And now Don Lemon.
Yeah, and now he basically is going to be charged. This is a black liberal gay man,
dude. Okay,
that is going to be charged.
This is why
KKK Act.
This is why I love the left, man. A little piece of me, a very imaginative,
great content, dude.
Yeah, I love the left, dude. They prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that truth is stranger than fiction, bro. Because you couldn't make that up.
You really couldn't.
You couldn't.
Like
a black gay man is going to be charged with a KKK, and I love it.
On MLK Day, like this is a black person who was assassinated holiday, and it's like, and then Don Lemon had the gumption. Did I say that word right? Gumption. The gumption.
There's a P. Gumption.
He had the gumption to do an interview where he said, "These are all white supremacists who are in these churches." And then he said, "But I practice Christianity. This is not the kind of Christianity I practice." Yeah. So you don't practice the kind of Christianity that the Bible talks about.
No.
But and by the way, I want to say it again. You can't say I'm a gay Christian. You can't say that. I'm just going to keep saying that until it just.
You can't say that.
You can't say that. Like you, and it's not like you can say it if you want. I'm saying what you're saying is incorrect. That's all I'm telling you.
So you can't be gay and a Christian, is what you're saying,
right? You can't say
black?
I am.
What about black? Can you be black?
Yes, you can be black and Christian.
Just wondering, Nick.
I don't know where that question came from.
Well,
anyway,
I mean, you can be gay and a Christian. You just have work to do. That's all.
Well, no, that's fine. Yes, because we all have work to do. But you would have to have surrendered that. In other words, you can't be a practicing gay Christian.
Yeah, but Nick.
In other words, if you're
Nick,
hang on, wait. No, let me finish the statement.
No.
If you're a practicing,
you always do this.
Hang on. If you're a practicing gay Christian, in other words, if you're choosing gayness, like I'm gay and I'm a Christian and I'm okay with being gay, like I'm not convicted about being gay. That's where the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, go ahead.
All right, that's fine. Because what you're basically saying, and up until if you're not convicted about it, okay, yeah, that's blasphemy is what that would be actually to claim that you're a Christian. Otherwise, what you're basically saying is you have to be perfect to be a Christian.
No, but that's the thing, because if you're
that's what you're saying. I mean,
yeah,
up to that point, that's why
what the conviction of the Holy Spirit comes in. Because I know that, and I'm glad you asked that question. But when it comes to people saying I'm a gay Christian, no, you're not. You're a Christian. Okay, do you struggle with homosexuality? Sure, we all struggle with certain sins.
But I'll buy that.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm glad you clarified that, because up until then you were dead wrong.
I don't know how many times, dude. All right, next one.
All right, let's go.